Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, you all know I love cruising. I have a cruise every month until the end of the year going forward, but there's a lot of questions I keep getting asked and I'm going to answer them right now, and that is simply, what are the drawbacks to cruising right now? Maybe I should wait. Is that a thing? Or is it really perfectly fine right now to cruise? Are there any drawbacks? Well, yeah, there's still drawbacks. Number one thing right now is COVID is still a thing. Which means, yes, you have to still be vaccinated. You still have to get tested. There are different protocols on board that you have on the ships. Different countries have different requirements. It can be a nightmare to navigate a lot of these things, from what country requires a vaccine, if you're visiting, what country requires testing in and out, what are the vaccine considered fully vaccinated, up to date, vaccinated, non-vaccinated, partially vaccinated, etc., etc., etc. It is absolutely a nightmare. You could get a false positive test the day before your cruise and can't get on that cruise, and you paid thousands of dollars to get there to begin with, and now you can't get on the cruise, all because you had a false positive test. So yeah, there are drawbacks right now to still going because of all the restrictions and all the travel requirements from all the different countries. It's really difficult to navigate a lot of the times. Number two, the cruise lines are still having staffing issues and have noticed that they're still closing some venues, or some venues aren't ready yet, especially if you're heading on a brand new ship. Carnival Cruise Line announced that one of their restaurants was going to be closing. They're announcing other restrictions may be happening on the ship. Certain show performances may be canceled at any given time. Certain venues like escape rooms and things like that might not be open on your cruise. Limited time and limited availability may be a thing, and some cruise ports you may not have access to if all of a sudden they decide, well, you have a couple too many cases of COVID on your ship. You're no longer allowed to go to that cruise port. It's a very volatile time still. We haven't heard a whole lot of cruise lines canceling theirs, but there still are. There still are reports out there of cruise lines not being able to go into port because they have too many cases on board, and so that is definitely something that's a drawback right now. Number three, flying is a nightmare right now to travel anywhere, not just to get to your cruise ship, but in particular, because you're going to a cruise, you have a deadline to get there. And so you have to now schedule maybe 2 days in advance of your cruise instead of 1 day. And in a lot of cases, even that hasn't been enough. There are cases out there where people's flights have been canceled for 3 and 4 days before they could fly, which means they miss their cruise. And I'm getting people emailing me and telling me, yeah, my flight on Tuesday was canceled. They moved me to Thursday. Well, that was too late. The cruise left on Thursday. So yeah, flying is an absolute nightmare. In fact, a week ago, I checked with Air Canada and they reported that 54% of their flights were canceled or delayed. 54%, over half on a given day. Wow. Like, talk about unreliability right now, because it's so many travelers, the summer season's here, and they don't have enough staff, they don't have enough people going, they don't have enough pilots. They have a lot of catching up to do, and they are being overwhelmed. And that's airlines across the board and across the world. So if you're traveling to a distant location, it's even worse and more vital. Now, actually, I might take that back, because when the airlines have to cancel anything, they tend to cancel the shorter flights or mid-range flights, local flights to smaller destinations. So I just received a letter in the mail from my air travel carrier here in Canada, and they announced that they're cutting 75 flights a week to try and ease the demand of their fleet. And yeah, they're canceling shorter flights to the, a relatively large city in Canada, but a smaller city, and they're keeping the flights to go from the main metropolises, hoping not to interfere with the international travel, which they need longer flight times, larger planes, etc. So they're taking more and more local travel and ending it, just cutting it out altogether. Okay, well, I still need to get there, though. So yeah, traveling to your cruise can be an absolute nightmare unless you live right close to the port. And also, have you noticed, hotel prices near the cruise ports are spiking. They are at all-time highs right now as they are trying to recover from the pandemic and no travel and being closed. They're trying to make that money up. They still had to pay their land taxes. They still had to pay for all the electricity and everything, the cleaning and everything to keep the resort going, and staff at the hotels. Well, they're trying to get that money back now. And I've seen prices ranging from 10% higher to 50% higher than I would have paid a year ago. Yeah, more travelers, more income coming in. Hey, we're filling up. There's no other place to stay. Everyone wants to stay near the cruise port. Let's raise our prices and make some of that money back. And a lot of hotel chains are doing exactly that. So yeah, another reason not to travel, if you have to travel and fly, is hotel prices just to get to your cruise now are costing even more than they did before. What else is going up, right? What else is going up? I actually had a couple who normally drive to their cruise. They say it's about a 12-hour drive, and they decided they're not going to go on that cruise because they worked out how much gas prices cost and the parking to park their car now at the cruise port, and the one-night hotel, and it worked out to be almost the same price as the whole 7-day cruise itself. And so yeah, prices right now are all over the place for things other than the cruise. Flights are up, hotels are up, gas is up, food is up. So people are just, maybe right now isn't the perfect time to take my cruise. Maybe I should wait till it calms down. Trick is, how long will that take? Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.